Hi, my name is Yuvraj Kapadia, and today I welcome you all as the director of EKAA Integrated Clinical Hypnotherapy Foundation, a global institute that specializes in the delivery of professional courses in integrated clinical hypnotherapy. These courses are ISO certified, which means they adhere to the highest standards of system and delivery, and they're taught in several countries of the world. In the UAE, these courses are brought to you through our franchisee partners, Illuminations, Dubai, and the courses are also approved by the Dubai Knowledge and Human Development Authorities, which basically means they're solid stuff. Now, why am I addressing you today? Let's just take an overview of the world that we're living in right now. We're humans. And as humans, we consider ourselves to be the most evolved species on earth. Yeah? There are plants, there are animals, there are birds, there are bees, and there are fishes, and there are humans. And technically, we're supposed to be right on top of this chain. And yet, what are we seeing around us? Are we all truly happy? Are we joyous? Are we in a celebratory space that we rightfully should be in because we're right on top of the chain? To the contrary, the scenario is actually quite sad. We're stressed. We're concerned. We're pained by health issues. We are plagued by relationship stories. And then, at the end of it all, life is so short. Just think of the quantum of time that we lose in these issues with pain, sadness, unhappiness, ill health. Difficult. Is it really possible to make the most out of every breath that we have? Yes. At the end of it all, we want to be happy. Bottom line, we want a better life. We all desire a life in which our relationships are loving, enriching. We have a healthy body. And this combination naturally serves as a base for feeling happy in life. Yet, we also observe that there are some people who have many things and are unhappy. And there are others who don't have any of these things perhaps, but they're at peace. Which also tells you that beyond circumstances, beyond situations, beyond your environment, there is something perhaps a little deeper. And that is what we call as the mindset. Is it possible in one lifetime to have a mindset where you have very loving relationships, a very good physical healthy space, no great stress, and you're very happy with all these things? Is it possible to manifest this combination? A combination where you have a lovely life and you're very happy with it. Almost sounds like an illusion. Is it possible? Can we manifest this? And the strange and exciting answer is absolutely yes. We can. Now that makes you think, but if I can do this, Why haven't I already done it? And the answer to that lies in this mystical software that we call the human mind. Why did I use the term software? Think of a computer. You buy a brand new computer from a store. Will it work? Technically should, but won't. And the reason for that is that what you buy from a store is the hardware of the computer. It's got the hard drive, it's got the optical display, it's got the keyboard, RAM, ROM, motherboard. But to make this computer functional, you will need to mount software programs on it. It's the software programs that make this machine efficient, productive. On similar lines, in the human system, we have a body, we have a brain, and that is all our hardware. By itself, can't do anything. To function productively, to function effectively, to function joyously, this body needs a software, and that software is what we call as the mind. There are some people who believe that the mind is the brain. Well, you can get brain tumor, but you cannot get mind tumor. Yeah? So your brain is the hardware, and this hardware gets programmed through the software that we call as the human mind. And this software is programmable. What does this mean? This means that whatever you are experiencing in your life right now, in terms of pain, in terms of unhappiness, in terms of frustration, sadness, restlessness, this is also the byproduct of the way your mind has been programmed. It's just that you have no idea how this programming has been done. So in every moment of your life right now, you are actually living out what you have unconsciously programmed. An unconscious, ongoing manifestation. Let's perhaps briefly go into how does this happen? Because if you realize how this works, you can then gain mastery of this programming. So when we look at the human mind, let's hypothesize for a moment that this human mind is a ball of energy all around you, the center of which is the pit of your stomach. And that's how you get the term gut feeling. I'm sure you've heard this term before, gut feeling. Now the gut is that part of the body where we digest food. And so ideally, it has nothing to do with feeling or intuition. And yet, when we have a gut feeling that it's going to rain in my town tonight, what is this gut feeling? It's a sense of knowingness. It's a sense of advance information of something that will happen right from your gut. Or butterflies in the stomach, which happens when we're doing bungee jumping or we're in a roller coaster. Are there actually any butterflies in the stomach? Not at all. It's fear and excitement both which you're feeling in that central part of the mind. The structure of the mind is identical for every human. It's how we use it and how it gets programmed, which is the absolute key to life mastery, as well as the secret to abundance and manifestation. Let's take a very brief preview into the workings of this software. So this ball of energy is divided into two parts. There is what we call the conscious mind, and that's the part of your mind that thinks, logics, analyzes, feels, rationalizes, decides, and then acts. Pretty much the story of your entire life. What's your life about? The way you think, the way you feel, the way you logic, the way you rationalize, the way you decide, and of course, all the actions that you take based on those decisions. What if I told you that all these activities that you think are comprising your mind is actually just about 10 to 12% of the total mind capacity? Yeah, that's a shock. Imagine your entire life understanding being controlled by just 10 to 12%. So has the planning commission that made humans goofed up big time? What's happening in the balance 88 to 90%? And that, my friends, is where the key is. Because the balance 88 to 90% is what we refer to as the subconscious mind. 88 to 90% indicating not only is this 9 times bigger, but it's approximately 6,000 times more powerful. Many, many times more powerful than your conscious mind. And this is exactly where we all find all the logical answers to the illogical manifestations of our life. Many of us feel that life is not fair. Life is not correct. Believe me, once you understand and experience how your mind works, you will know beyond doubt that life is the most logical game that you are playing with yourself. The game is yours. The power is yours. It's about understanding how to use it well. Let's take this one step deeper. So whenever we are born, this mind is unified. There is no separate partition. There's just a mind. The only functional aspects in this mind is a very primitive part of us which governs our body functions. This primitive part is also where the ancestral programs flow into our DNA. Primal programming. Which means at this stage, everything that we pick up as babies is directly going into the subconscious space. It's a unified mind. There is a little bit of thinking going on, rudimentary in the conscious space, but there's no partition as yet. Which means that part of our mind that can take in information, sounds, voices, images, all these are without any filter getting stored directly in the modern memory part of our subconscious mind. And this is where our primal unconscious programming begins. I'm going to narrate an extremely interesting case. And this is a case that was done in the US. And at the center of this case is a man. He's educated, he works, he's a happy personality. He's about 35 years old. And one day, his friend, it's a lady friend, who has delivered a child. And as he's a good family friend to the family, he decides to pay a visit to the hospital. He goes to the hospital, and when he moves in there, obviously he's moving to the section where his friend is admitted. It's the pediatric section. And as he's crossing that ward, his eyes fall on the neonatal unit. He meets his friend, he sees the baby, everything is fine. He comes home. And then a strange experience unfolds. When he goes to sleep that night, he starts to experience thoughts that keep trying to tell him that he's not going to make it anymore. He's not going to survive. Now, he's a fit, healthy male. And yet, these kind of thoughts. So initially he tries to dismiss it for a while, but it's almost as if this thought is persistently knocking at his mental door. And so, as most people would do, he just decides, let me just get a checkup done to rule out. And so he goes through a battery of tests, etc. What do the tests show? Nothing. Nothing abnormal. He's fine. But he cannot get the thought out of his head. He then visits doctors. Doctors tell him, maybe you're just stressed. And he's at a complete loss to figure out, I was absolutely okay 4 days back. How can I suddenly be stressed? He goes to a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist tells him, maybe you need to take some kind of medication to just calm your mind, anti-anxiety kind of stuff. And still, the thought doesn't disappear. Finally, he lands up in the cabin of a hypnotherapist. This happened to be the teacher who taught me hypnotherapy, and that's why we know this case. And then what does my teacher do? Puts him into this state of hypnosis, this state of trance, and guides him to go back in time from where this thought is coming. And he spontaneously goes back in his own memory to when he's about just a day old in this lifetime. He's in the hospital, just born. And when he was born, he was not a very healthy child. In fact, a little sick. And so, obviously, for health reasons, the doctors advised that he be kept in an incubator. And this scene that came up in his awareness was that a nurse is placing him in the incubator and speaking to another nurse, I don't think he's going to make it. 1 day old, this baby doesn't understand the language, doesn't know what this means, and yet the words of the nurse, the incubator, the visual, all of this gets stored in a WinZip format in the subconscious mind of this man. He's a baby at that time. And it stays there, quiet, zipped, till one fine day, fatefully, 35 years later, he visits a hospital. His eyes fall on the neonatal unit. And that visual trigger unzips that file. The contents of those files come to his surface, and from there starts the voice of the nurse speaking in his head, saying he's not going to make it. What does this example tell us? Can you even imagine the quantum of information that has gone into your own subconscious mind from the time you were born without any filter? Things that you have no idea about. This is exactly where you unconsciously pick up the dynamic between your parents, what's happening in the family, what's happening in the world, and you have no logical reasoning power to deal with it. But it stays there. And once it stays there, it's in that part of your mind that is nearly 6,000 times more powerful than what you know, think, feel, rationalize, act, and decide. Can you see where this discussion is heading? The prime reason why unconsciously we manifest stress, pain, unhappiness in relationships, ill health, so on and so forth. Is this a lost cause? Not at all. And this is exactly where the science of hypnotherapy comes into play. So what do we do with hypnotherapy? We take clients into a trance state, a state in which the body goes into a mild, relaxed sleep, and yet the mind is very awake. All our memories are stored inside our body. So when we get the body to relax and go into that mild sleep state, we can access those memories. Once we access those memories, what do? We clear that space. We let go. We release. It's over. The good, the bad, the ugly is finished. We create a safe space in which the client can let go of these programmings. And what does that help us to do? Gives us bandwidth to put in a new program. A new program of abundance, a new program of healthy relationships, a new program of fun, a new program of good health. That's exactly what hypnotherapy does. In ancient cultures, in the olden days, this is exactly what the science of meditation did as well. Meditation as a process and protocol has gained a lot of relevance in the last few decades. And the science of meditation is probably as old as civilizations itself. In many cultures, a lot has been spoken about the benefits of meditating. What is meditation? It's a self-induced program to go in deep and do exactly what I've explained. People, of course, also use this process to move beyond the modicum of pain and pleasure to pursue deeper spiritual truths. Meditation is like hypnosis or hypnotherapy, but with a small difference. If you know swimming, meditation is like jumping into the swimming pool from the side of the pool. Whereas hypnotherapy, which is a more new age science, uses the same swimming pool of the subconscious mind. The difference is we climb up the diving board and then we jump down into the pool, which naturally makes it easier, deeper, and much faster. So, this program is being taught many teachers, many countries, and now it's right at your doorstep. Why should you do this program? Firstly, it's a fantastic route for self-development. You get a much deeper understanding about yourself. You learn tools in this curriculum to work with your malfunctions which have inadvertently come into your subconscious mind, understand where they are coming from, clean them up, and reprogram that area for a much better life. Not only is it awesome for yourself, you learn it as a tool, as a vocation for others. So this is a completely certified vocational career, enables you to grow in life. Even better, gives you financial freedom. Even better, you work at your time. No compulsion. What the recent events in the world have done, especially in the last 2 to 3 years, is that we're getting fed up of being bound in a structure. There's fatigue. There are so many people who now want to step out and do something different with their lives that can give them joy, that can give them fulfillment, a source of income on their own terms and conditions. And even better, the joy of making somebody else's life better. It's a complete win-win package deal. Not only that, you can also take this up as a very solid base from where you can become a life coach, you can become a corporate trainer, or of course, you can just work with people, and if you start to enjoy this and you become really good at it, you can become a trainer about this science as well. I used to be a stockbroker 3 decades ago, and yet from the last 20 years, I'm here, and it's an awesome experience. It's an awesome experience to see how when you work with people and you touch their lives, you see something shift in their eyes. And believe me, there is no deeper gratification that you can get other than watching somebody's life change right in front of your eyes. It's a great opportunity. Make the best of it. The proof of the pudding is always in the eating. So I'm going to guide you through a short process. A short process that will make you experience what it feels to be inside your own quiet, sacred space. The space from where magic happens. The space from where programming can be done. The space from where you can completely manifest a happy and abundant life. So be with me for a short while. I'm going to guide you through this process. Now, to engage yourself in this, I would request you to get into a position that is comfortable. If you're sitting on a chair, allow your body to sit in a relaxed space. If you're lying down, lie down comfortably. If you have a belt that's tight, just loosen it up. If you're wearing a watch or glasses, remove them and keep them next to you. And relax. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths and silently say the word relax to yourself as you exhale. And then return to normal breathing, and with each and every fresh breath, feel your breath go in just a little deeper. And the deeper the breath goes, the more you relax. And the more you relax, the deeper you go. So just relax with every breath and give yourself the permission to go deeper and deeper, deep into your own quiet and sacred space. Deeper and deeper, deep into your own quiet and sacred space. You are listening to my voice, and you are going to start going deeper. With each and every breath, you will keep going deeper and deeper. I am taking you down into a position that is extremely safe in your own subconscious mind. And so, with your eyes comfortably closed, focus your attention on the toes of both your feet. And let your concentration now move from your toes to your heels, and then to your ankles, and slowly to the calves of your legs. And from your toes to your knees, feel a wave of relaxation. Feel this wave of relaxation now moving up through your thighs, your hips, and into your stomach muscles. And this relaxation now moves up through the solar plexus, across the chest area, further up into your shoulders, and slowly moves down through your arms, your hands, and your fingers. And the neck muscles are relaxing. This wave of relaxation now moves up through your scalp, down over your forehead, down over your eyelids, the facial muscles, and the jaw muscles. And the entire physical body now relaxes deeply and completely with every breath. And in this deeply relaxed state, with every breath that you are now taking, just feel yourself inhaling lots and lots of light. And with every exhalation, let go of all your stress, all your tension, all your fatigue with every breath. Breathe in light and breathe out your stress. Breathe in light and breathe out your stress. Breathe in light and breathe out your stress. And as you do that, each and every cell of your body moves into a very, very calm and beautiful space. very, very calm and beautiful space. Very, very calm and beautiful space. This is the space from where you can start to create. Feel it. Just be there. Quiet, peaceful, and very still. Quiet, peaceful, and very still. In a few moments now, I am going to completely count you out of this state. And when you open your eyes, you're going to feel very refreshed, clear, and very peaceful. Gather all your bodies and personalities with every breath. Become increasingly aware of my voice and slowly begin to wake up. As you listen to my voice, waking up further and further, blood flowing smoothly to each and every cell of your body from the top of your head till the tip of your toes, awareness coming back completely to your conscious mind, and in a happy, integrated, calm, and very stress-free space, you can open your eyes and come right back to this moment here and now. Welcome back.